Alright, hello everybody, this is Charles of Victoria Frontier. Today we are going to be talking about Meisho Doto. This is going to be the banner analysis for Doto and also the special week gods Tokateo speed card. Alright, so we're gonna head into this. This is our first cat mouth of the in Umamusume. Alright, Villa's the second one. But yeah, this is the first cat mouth of the Umamusume. Anyways, these are her stats. She has a 20% stamina, 10% guts bonus. This bonus is really ick. Like, this is probably like the second worst bonus that you could probably get. The first one being, well, 10% stamina, 20% guts. Like, this bonus is really glue. But her aptitudes, she can run dirt though. She can run dirt. Dirt E means that with one spark, it's dirt D. Dirt D is runnable in career. Dirt A is like reachable as well with Dirt E, right? So you can put her in dirt medium races if you really want to. Anyways, let's talk about her kit, right? Turf, medium, long. Her main strategy is Pace Chaser. I think with Late Surger, it's also going to work. Her unique skill, mainly, is going to be the main talking point. I never goof up. Her unique skill has to be like late race plus last word. Basically, it's just late race, right? You enter the late race, you have to be larger than equal to 3rd place. So it's like 3rd to 9th place, I think. And then base duration of 5 seconds, you have to overtake 1 time. This is an overtake unique. Yeah, just as like special week unique, just as Naruto Brian unique, this is Biwa, just as like half of the cast in the early days of Umamusume, right? This is an overtake unique. However, this one is special. This one is different. Unlike Special Week, unlike Naruto Brian, where if you overtake on the end game, you just proc the skill and you lose out all of your speed, this one has 0.3 acceleration. This is actually so big. This one has 0.3 acceleration. This means that the second you enter the late race, the earlier you're able to proc an acceleration skill, the higher the chance that you're able to just rocket. This is Daiwa Rocket, but now with her, like, double the rockets. Like, Daiwa Rocket required you to activate the skill on the correct spot beforehand. Now, this one, you just overtake one person, and you go zoom. Sorry, why am I circling this spot? Okay, sorry. You just overtake one person, and you go zoom, right? This unique skill actually works on, I shit you not, every single course. That doesn't mean she's good though. Hold your horses, because like I'm going to be explaining why her kit is like weird afterwards. But just saying, her unique skill, it's always going to be on the top of the Umulator from now on, because you know, Meisho Doto, if you hit, you hit, right? If you frame perfect overtake right as you enter the late race, you just become the fastest person in the entire server. And it's not even funny. It's an if you hit, you hit, right? If you're a Meisho Doto player, your playstyle will be playing around this unique skill, because this unique skill is super, like, it's super dreamer. It's just possible to just instantly win off of it. So, does her potential skills complement that, right? The answer is probably no, you know? The answer is no. Thank God she has what? She has medium corners, double circle, medium corners. Yeah. This is like the only really good skill here. Indomitable is not bad. It's there if you're running like a late surger, but generally speaking, you do not want your character to be overtaken ever. So if this is like a trigger skill that requires you to be overtaken in the middle game, that's just not a good skill. It's just like a weird, awkward skill that it's just a bad requirement. Anyways, this skill activates. Speedstar, however, currently I think the duration of Speedstar should be 1.2 seconds. This Speedstar is still kind of ass. It's there. Sure, there are like there's still like 1.2 seconds, but there's just a lot of other skills that have like 2 times, 3 times the duration. There is medium corners is 3 seconds, medium straights is 3 seconds, pace chase the corners, straights is 3 seconds, right? I think with Speedstar on certain courses, what course would it even work on? Like final corner, that means you have to overtake somebody back on like a CM3 requirement. You Speedstar into an overtake on the final corner, and the second you enter the late game, you just surge in, right? But then the problem is that her mile is F, so it doesn't really exist unless you're really like she's your Oshi and you really want her to win. She can kind of do mile with Speedstar. There is a possibility that you can actually perform in any CM, right? In mile CMs, sorry, like any corner 4 CM, for example, Tenosha Autumn, or just mile CMs. But yeah, so where can she be strong, right? I just talked about it actually just now. She's strong on exactly 0 courses, but at the same time, she isn't bad. It's a really slippery slope I'm going on right now. Currently, we are in the front meta. Every CM onwards, we should be expecting a certain amount of front, except for that one 3,000 meter course. So, expecting a decent amount of fronts and knowing that you can always proc your unique skill because it's like third place, right? It should be a given. But then, how fast are you able to overtake the front runner in front of you, right? Meisho Doto, you enter the late game. How close are you to the front in front of you? If you're able to control this, give her enough middle game skill, or maybe just play Chariot on her, like 2 front and then 1 Pace Chaser. If you're willing to play Chariot on her, you can totally make it to get her strong enough to a level where you can consistently proc the unique skill. But yeah, basically she works on every single course. She's not advantageous on every single course because she's if you hit, you hit. She's like the strongest if you hit Uma. All right, it's for very dedicated players only. This is not by any means a strong character, but there's always the unique, so you can't deny it. This character is just so funny. This character is so funny. In real life, what were we talking about? So right, we're talking about the parent potential first. So her unique skill, when inherited, it's flat -2 on the speed, -2 on acceleration. So it's glue. Honestly, 0.1 excel. This reminds me of how people would try to grab Christmas Ogre's unique onto other Umas for that tiny bit of 0.1 acceleration to cope, right? I think it's super cope. But if you want to do it, it's you, right? Christmas Ogre, that unique skill at least can be controlled by 3 recovery skills. Although it's 3 recovery skills, at least you can control. This one, you're not controlling it. It's all over the place. And 0.1 excel honestly isn't that much. Not worth for 160-ish, 180 skill points, right? So I don't think she should be a parent. Moving on. Yeah, in terms of meta, she's actually ranked at number 1. She's at the top of the leaderboard. She's at the top of the tier list. So I think that she's always going to be really good, insanely strong, always going to be viable, all right? You know, she doesn't get power crept. She only gets like, she gets on equal to Hishi Akadebono, but she never gets power crept. Even Super Creek loses to her. So, you know, it's there, right? It's there. She's really good. You can always rely on Meisho Doto to stay at the top of this tier list. She's always going to be good. Let's go. W. Alright. Moving on to her RL lore, I do actually want to talk about this. So Meisho Doto RL lives in the same farm as Taiki Shuttle, and Meisho Doto is still alive. There used to be a running joke that Meisho Doto and Taiki Shuttle, these two were homo in the farm. They used to, you know, just be very touchy with each other. And also like so yeah. Taiki Shuttle and Meisho Doto is a thing. In game, they have a lot of interactions as well. But at the same time, this kind of changed after, you know, Taiki Shuttle passed away, and now in the in her farm, I don't know how they call it, like it's just basically where she's staying. She just hangs out. Meisho Doto, he just hangs out with the cat, right? There's always a cat hanging around him. The cat sometimes sits on his back, and these two are just friends, right? But Taiki Shuttle was no more. It's actually kind of sad. Taiki died during like I think like a few years back when Umamusume was a thing. And then yeah, people were really happy watching Taiki Shell and Meisho Doto interact with each other, right? Until they didn't. Until they didn't. It's man. Anyways, yeah. IRL, Meisho Doto was she won the Takarazu Gakinen, right? She lost to TM Opera O many times. Got second place in, I think, was it 6 or 7 G1s that TM had? I think it was like 6 or something. And she got second place in every single time TM Opera O got first place. It was insane. So people called her like the strongest number 2, because if TM didn't exist, Meisho would actually just be a 6 G1, 7 G1 winner right now. So yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. Thankfully, Meisho Doto was able to get revenge in the Takarazu Gakinen in the after TM Opera swept like in that year, right? So at least he had the good ending on that. And yeah, not as many Umas are able to get like a good ending, or at least get revenge in, right? There were win variation which couldn't get the revenge in. There was a Virushina who couldn't get the revenge in, and in Meisho Doto's case, he was able to get the revenge in. You guys might have also heard about Meisho Doto's RL. Like they thought that TM's jockey Wagaruji was called TM Opera O, and he just didn't like TM Opera O. The name TM Opera O whenever it got brought up, because he thought that it was the jockey's name, and he didn't like the jockey. So he didn't like the jockey because he thought it was TM Opera O, because the stable people were, whenever they were talking about TM, they looked sad. Yeah, so that's a little bit of backstory on Meisho Doto. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So overall, the conclusion is, as always, pull if you know, she's your Oshi. She's not very high in the meta. Like, she's just really not. Like, even though there's the unique skill, she's not high on the meta priority list ever. But one can only dream, right? Well, one can always dream of her hitting that unique skill instantly when you're going to the late game, and she's like copious amount. Like, she's just really cope, really cope. You know, if the main game was Uma later, maybe she would be treated better and she would be on the top of the meta list. Yeah, but we're not playing Uma later, we're playing Umamusume, so yeah. Realistically speaking, her unique skill isn't hitting, so good luck if you're a Meisho Doto player. And so yeah, that's going to be it for Meisho Doto. Now, I'm gonna go back to the home screen because special week guts card, woohoo! Tokai Teo's speed card, woohoo! These two cards, just skip the banner. That's gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, go crazy, right? Go check out other videos on my channel. I don't know how you people like do the YouTube outro thing. Yeah, thank y'all for watching. Goodbye. Yes.